teachers going into the last part of the lesson, Caskets of Life. So in the last class, we all saw the animal cell under the microscope, the plant cell under the microscope, and in the plant cell we saw two types of cells, isn't it? One, we saw the stomata along with the guard cell we saw, and also we saw the onion cell under the microscope. And in animal cell, even if we have seen only the chief cell, we know that the organisms, animals are made up of different types of cells. So today we are going to see whether plants are also made up of different types of cell. We already saw two types of cell under the microscope, but today we are going to see if there are more types of cells in the plants also. So for that, as usual, we need a microscope, we need stain, cover glass, slide, and also a plant, a stem. Understood? So I have 2-3 types of plants here, but we will take the stem of this peperomia plant because it will be very clear for us to see. So I am going to remove the stem piece. How can we remove the stem piece? We have to cut it, cut the whole of the stem, the cross section of the stem in a very thin manner. Only then we will be able to see all the parts here. So as you can see, I am just cutting few portions here, and we have to take the very thinnest portion out of it. So after taking this, I have already kept ready the stain, so I am transferring it into the stain here. I am going to keep it for some time, and I have a slide already which is kept here. I am going to take the very thin cross section out of it. I have already transferred it onto the slide here. Now we have to cover it with the cover glass. So it is ready. Now I will show it to you under the microscope. Here under the microscope, you can see the cells cross section of the stem. There are different types of cells you can see, isn't it? Each one is not of the same shape. In the center you have big square like cells, and when you come to the end of the stem, here you can see different other shapes also. See this? So from this we can understand that here you can see different types. The shape is different, the size is different, isn't it? So here, as in the animal cell, you can see that in plants also there are different types of cells. So these are the cells which you can see in the cross section of a stem. So we have seen the cross section of the stem. So in that you understood that there are different types of cell in plants also, not only in animals. Now in plants and animals there are different types of cells, isn't it? So if our body has to work, what has to happen there? All the different parts of the body has to work together, isn't it? Only if it works together, the body can continue with its activities. So if suppose some organ is not working, what will happen? It will affect our body completely, and we will fall into sickness, and then it can bring about different other difficulties in our body, isn't it? So The life-sustaining activities. What is the meaning of life-sustaining activities? There are certain life-sustaining activities in the organism. That is respiration, digestion, excretion, circulation of blood. All these are life-sustaining activities. If any one of these activities do not happen in the body, what will happen? The organism will eventually die. So all these life-sustaining activities has to take part in all the organisms. So how are these life-sustaining activities taking part in the body? It is because of the coordination of all the cells. So we know there are trillions and millions of cells in our body, and all these cells have to work together in coordination. Coordination means what? In unity. So when all the cells work together in coordination, it helps the organisms to live. So with that, we have come to the end of this lesson. So we will once again go back into, we will have a review of the lesson. What are the things we learnt in this lesson? First, we learned there are different types of organisms in this world. That is, from the smallest microorganism to the biggest organism like the whale we have on the earth. Then we learned that there are unicellular organisms and there are multicellular organisms. What are unicellular organisms? So, organisms with one cell are called unicellular organisms, and organisms which have more than one cell, they are called as multicellular organisms. So examples of unicellular are amoeba, euglena and paramecium. Multicellular are all animals and plants are multicellular. Then what did we learn? We saw the cheek cell under the microscope. Then we learned the parts of the animal cell, isn't it? The animal cell is made up of cell membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm and small vacuoles. After that, we learned the parts of the plant cell. What are the parts of the plant cell? It has got a cell wall, cell membrane, nucleus, a big vacuole, chloroplast and cytoplasm. And we also saw the difference between the animal cell and the plant cell. What is the difference between the animal cell and the plant cell? Animal cell does not have cell wall and chloroplast. But in the plant cell there is cell wall and chloroplast, and also the size of the vacuole is different between the animal cell and the plant cell. And also we saw through the cross section of the stem of the plant that there are different types of cells in the body of a plant, and also there are different types of cells in the body of animals, isn't it? So you have to complete the notes which is given in the textbook here. There are few activities behind here. Some true or false are there. You have to complete one table here. So these two activities, children, you have to complete that and write in your notebook. And also there is this activity, whenever you get time, you can do that and keep. That is preparation of a model of a plant cell. You have to make a model of a plant cell. So now you are at home. So you will have lot of waste things at home. So put in your ideas and take time and put in things together, and you have to make a model of a plant cell. Don't simply draw the plant cell on a piece of thermocol and show me. You can take different other things and make a 3D model of a plant cell. So that is the work, and we have come to the end of the lesson. Thank you, children.